What's up, YouTube? It's Rob Lee. I want to make a little video this morning. I'm up. I haven't made a couple videos in a few days, and I'm ready to get back at it. Somebody sent me a they left a comment in one of the posts, and I appreciated it, but it semi offended me. But I don't have the right to be. I was flattered, at the same time offended. The person said, "Well, Rob, I'm ready to go to the deep water. When are we going to go?" And I simply said, "Well, you're going to have to get your life jacket." And for those of you who have seen the movie Jaws, when Roy Scheider says, "We're going to need a bigger boat," well, that's what it's going to be for some of you. Because some of you just aren't going to be able to go where I'm about ready to take you. And during the next couple of weeks, I'm going to drag some of you who are willing to get on board with me into the deep water. And I don't mean this Muslim Islam silly bullshit. Yes, they're a problem. We know it. We're going to look deeper. Angela Merkel is the biggest traitor in the history of Europe since Adolf Hitler. And for those of you who come to my channel, and sometimes I see some of you, you'll talk about Hitler this, Hitler that, and it just makes me want to smack you. And it really does. He did more to destroy white Europe than any other son of a bitch in history. And you people who pull for him, it just baffles me. I mean, I don't quite grasp it. I really don't. I don't know if it's your hatred of the Zionists, but it can't be the love of your people. If you say white people, and I'm not pro-white, by the way. I'm pro-right. It means I'm for doing the right thing first. Angela Merkel answers to the bankers. She will go down as the biggest traitor in the history of Europe. She brought in and estimated now, and you know we can't believe the numbers that they give us, 800,000 to 1 million asylum seekers, radical Muslims, African immigrants into her country. The economy is in tatters. The people are scared, murdered, raped. People have not been able to work, go to school. They're afraid to walk the streets. It's been sheer hell. Terrorist attacks. Now this devil, mind you, is in demon. Yeah, demon. I know some of you don't believe in demons, do you? You keep watching my channel long enough, you will believe in demons. Trust me, you will. You will. For some of you, you'll have to stay on shore, because see, we're going to the deep part. You'll have to stay in the shallow part, and you can frolic like hell. You can throw some water on one another. But for some of us, we're going to go to the deep part. I digress for now. Angela Merkel is the lowest of the low. She sold out an entire country. And let me tell you what's going to happen here. Now she wants to send them all back. She wants to take more money from the German taxpayers who have already paid more than they can possibly afford. Now she wants to take more from them to give back to the immigrants to send them back. I played a video for you guys earlier, and every video that I play is for a reason. I played a video for you guys earlier, a month ago, by Eric Prince, when he did an interview for CNN, and I told you then, I said, watch this video, because what you're going to see is the future. Private armies. And some of you didn't understand what I was talking about. Everything I put on here, man, is for a reason. Not that I'm a visionary, although Big Daddy upstairs, he lets me see more than most. I knew this was going to happen, you see. You were going to have the sudden switch. Then you were going to have the private armies to come in and to see that you ship these people back and they stay out for a time being. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Problem, reaction, solution. Who creates the problem? The same people that come up with a solution. You understand it? Good. Remember, problem, reaction, solution. The same people, beings, not people, the same beings that create the problem will also give you the solution. They've only been doing it for thousands and thousands of years, people. It's not like it's new. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to play a clip of a pastor, a Christian pastor. Well, he wasn't really a Christian pastor, but he was posing as a Christian pastor, named Kenneth Hagin from the 90s. Now, I want you to open up your mind when you watch this serpent. And I want you to open up your mind and tell me if that's a man. That's all I want you to do. Now, I'm not talking about no David Icke lizards from outer space. I'm talking about reality. Reality. Not draconians and spaceships. Not a hollow earth. I'm asking you to look at this being and tell me, open up your mind, and tell me if you think that this is a man. This will be at the very end of the video. For now, I want us to go to Angela Merkel. And we're going to watch her do what's called doublespeak. All the serpents do it. Justin Trudeau, in about a year, he'll be doing it. It's when they have to take the pulse of the country to find out where it's at. And they push and pull back, depending on where the people are. And if they have the advantage. Merkel doesn't have the advantage right now. So she's pulling back. She's pulling back hard. How she uses what's called doublespeak. Because she is a serpent. She is the lowest of the low. And what she answers to is far, far more powerful and far, far more evil than this wretched bitch could ever be on her best day. So let's watch and let's garner some knowledge. And at the end of the video, you watch that pastor. And if you're not willing to go to the deep water, hey baby, unsubscribe. Take care. It's been good knowing you. It's been real. For those of you who are willing to go with me, man, thank you. We're going to go places and see things that most people can't. Not because I'm special, because I'm nothing. That's why my father chose me. Because he finally showed me that I'm nothing. I used to walk this earth and think I was the baddest of the bad, toughest of the tough, until he finally showed me I'm a complete zero without him. A zero. Take care. I love you guys.
مع عدم الرغبة في الإنجاب الهرم بتاعهم 100 يرثه 80 وال80 بعد 10 سنين يورثهم 60 وال60 يورثهم كام 40 وال40 بعد 10 سنين 10.
Dass der Islam, so wie der Bundespräsident Wulff es gesagt hat, zu uns in Deutschland inzwischen gehört.
Angela Merkel says the full-face burqa should be banned in Germany, quote, wherever it is legally possible. And with the general election coming next year, she is now deploying a tough line on immigration. That's one of the cores of her campaign. RT's Peter Oliver now taking a closer look at Miss Merkel's U-turn.
The last one standing among Western leaders. This was snapped just 7 months ago. Now, gone, resigned, going, and also on his way out. After losing votes in local elections, the Chancellor was keen to try and appease her Conservative base at her party's conference ahead of the 2017 federal election campaign.
Our laws have priority over honor codes, tribal and family rules, and over the Sharia. In interhuman communication, we show our face. This is why the full-face veil is not appropriate and should be outlawed wherever it is legally possible. It does not belong to us.
A far cry from what she's had to say in the past.
We guarantee that Islam can be practiced freely within the German constitution and law. We fight any form of Islamist violence with the decisiveness of our constitutional state.
Mrs. Merkel, who famously once said she would do,
"My damn duty and obligation consist of finding a collective way for this Europe to address the crisis."
Now talking about the refugee influx of 2015, saying it
could not, should not, and will not happen again.
Quite the drastic turnabout from the Chancellor. According to those who quit her Christian Democratic Union Party over Angela Merkel's handling of the refugee crisis, we shouldn't expect too much.
You always have to distinguish between her talk and her action. I didn't find anything where I would say, okay, she wants to change something to the right or to the left. I think she will promise a lot to all sides, but at the end she will remain who she is. it's just a placebo to those within the party who want to have a stricter law enforcement towards the immigration population. I don't think that Germany will see a burqa ban, and even if it will be a very, very limited burqa ban.
Clearly keen not to go the same way as Hollande, Renzi, Cameron and Obama, Angela Merkel has no intention of leaving the top job. But while the Chancellor had in the past defiantly stated about the troubles facing the country,
we have managed so much, we will manage this.
She now implored her party that
our hearts are beating for Germany and for Europe, and we need to work for that. This means that we have to inspire the people, every individual if possible. This is what I stand for, and this is what I'm asking for your confidence for.
As she looks for a fourth term leading Germany, Angela Merkel knows she faces her toughest challenge to date, and she has changed her rhetoric. But will it be enough to see her through in a world where the establishment which she represents hasn't fared so well at the polls? Peter Oliver, RT, Berlin.
The word refugee gets misused.
Well, what is the difference?
Yeah, well, the difference is fundamental. You know, a refugee is someone like a Jewish person in Germany or Austria. A refugee is someone like an Indian who was living in Idi Amin's Uganda. They're people who, because of who they are, because of their religion, are being persecuted. And I could perhaps cite Christians in Syria or Iraq today. Just because somebody comes from a country that's got difficulties does not make them a refugee. And you know, even the European Commission, after the millions of people that have come into Europe, even the European Commission, who encourage that, even they admit that at least 60% of those that have come to Europe are economic migrants.
Well, and news this morning, too, that Angela Merkel of Germany, the Chancellor, is now offering to basically pay migrants to leave Germany, money to leave.
Yeah. And that's been interesting because you remember, you know, she originally said the borders are open, anyone is welcome here. Just a few months after that, then she said terrorism and ISIS is the biggest threat that Germany faces. And now, as you mentioned, she's saying, well, we will pay migrants to leave the country.
Well, it's very simple, isn't it? There's an election coming up in September. The German public are furious at what was done in their name without them being asked. Last week, for the first time in many, many years, she fell behind in the opinion polls. Her Social Democrat rival is now in the lead, and she is desperate to try to undo some of the damage that she's done. But as she herself admits, ultimately, this is a voluntary scheme. She set aside £75 million to do it. Frankly, I don't think it's much more than posturing. And personally, I think what she did by unconditionally opening the doors is the worst foreign policy decision, the worst domestic decision combined of any Western leader since 1945.
Well, President Trump